Police foil planned reprisal attack by NDC supporters as party leaders call for calm.
That there's a clash between a group of NDC and MPP guys. So quickly, we didn't waste time at all. We moved on it, and when we got there, we have to go into action. Unfortunately, no arrest was made.
They stretched the machetes, and they just pounced on the machete on me and everybody, not me alone, everybody.
Tonight, we tell you about a high-level national security meeting with political parties in an attempt to end the protest and the violence.
Control. Quickly, the regional police command, with the assistance of the military, rushed to the scene. That is in the central business city of Accra, and immediately they were able to bring the situation under control. So that is what I can. That is all that I can say about our operation in the center of the city.
And what led to the disturbances from your own point?
This is Top Story with Evans Mensah.
Top Story is brought to you by Bond Financial Services, your success, our passion, Belacra Mineral Water, the new generation mineral water, as well as myjoyonline.com. We are live from the Multi TV studios here, also live on Joy 99.7 FM. It was close, but the police scored a major victory today. Based on intelligence reports, the police and their military counterparts jointly foiled the planned reprisal attack by some angry supporters of the NDC. The group, suspected to have already rampaged through the central business district and injured some traders, had gathered at the NDC headquarters armed with clubs and machetes. Police intelligence suggests the plan was to attack the MPP headquarters, but that was stopped when the military joined the operation. Accra Region Police PRO DSP Freeman Tete gave details of their intervention in an interview with Elton John Brobe.
Quickly, the regional police command, with the assistance of the military, rushed to the scene. That is in the central business city of Accra, and immediately they were able to bring the situation under control. So that is what I can. That is all that I can say about our operation in the center of the city.
And what led to the disturbances from your own point?
Well, what we can say is that intelligence reports indicate that there's a clash between a group of NDC and MPP guys. So quickly, we didn't waste time at all. We moved on it, and when we got there, we have to go into action. Unfortunately, no arrest was made. That is so. Our presence is being felt there. There's high police visibility there, and the situation is under control. We are urging the public to exercise restraint. We are urging the various political parties to know that the contest is over. We are putting every measure in place, including talking to the various stakeholders to see how best we can maintain sanity or a serene atmosphere.
A while ago, we were told that some members of the NDC came here with the intention of retaliating whatever has happened previously. What has been the police response, in getting them off the streets?
The regional police command has been able to restrain them, and then the 2IC personally is here to talk to them, to appeal to them. Some party members and their leadership has also been here to restrain their people and also encourage them to be law-abiding, not to take the law into their own hands, because reprisal will not help any of us in this country.
Now, this eyewitness describes what he saw at the central business district.
I saw metro guys in town with weapons, and then they attacked a certain guy and then a woman. The woman was carrying a baby behind her, so they told the woman, they even questioned the woman, had it not been your child, we would have cutlass you and destroy you here. So people started running away before we heard a warning shot again. Then suddenly the security officers started coming into the town.
And do you have an idea who fired the warning shot?
People were saying it's police, but I didn't see the person. But I was closer to the warning where they gave the warning shot. I was just closer to that place, but I didn't see it. But my colleague said they saw a police person giving a one shot.
Did you see the macho men who were behind the disturbances?
I did not see the macho men. I did not see them. People were afraid, and then people started locking their shop. Even at the side I was, some of the banks and offices started locking their shop, and individual shops too. They started locking all those shops.
So, do you feel safe here?
Not at all. Not at all. So my office will close.
Because you fear for your safety?
Of course. So we close. We just called the head office, and then they said we have to close because you don't know what will happen the next moment. So to be safe, you have to go home.
Now, this second-hand shoe trader, Alex Ajapon, was wounded in the attack.
In the process, when they were coming from this side, I was unaware. I didn't even know that they were coming to wound me or something. Eventually, they stretched the machete and they attached it on my skin, and eventually I got hurt.
How many were they?
They were about 20. They were about 20, and they were in John Mahama t-shirts, black one.
And they just pounced on you without asking you any question?
What they asked me was, you people were saying what? You people were saying what? You people were saying, when you see somebody wearing NDC shirt and you people are beating him or something. That's what they just said. And they just pounced on, they got machete on me, and everybody, not me alone, everybody.
But you are hurt. Have you been to the hospital to seek treatment?
Actually, I have been treated, but I have not been to hospital yet. But I'm in the process to go to hospital.
Have you made a formal complaint to the police?
I went to the Central Police Station to make a formal complaint. But what I was told by the police people that if they give me a form, I'm talking about the police form. If I go to hospital, it means that I'm going to pay as much as $550 or something. So it's better I go and maybe treat it first before I come to them. That's what they told me. I insist that they should give me the what do you call it, the report, yeah, medical form.
And we understand that the National Democratic Party has issued a statement about that development. We'll be speaking shortly to the Deputy National Chairman of the National General Secretary, Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, George Lawson, will be joining us shortly on the line. But some news just coming in now indicates that the National Security has met with leaders of the NDC and the MPP. Elton John Brobe has just returned from that meeting, and thankfully he's with me here in the studio. What happened at this meeting?
Well, this meeting was called by the National Security, like you just mentioned, and the MPP National Chairman, Jacob Echibilamte, Dr. Kwabena of the NDC were there. Now, the decision they've taken, they've agreed that the parties talk to their supporters. I want to believe that that discussion is currently underway, that they should talk to their supporters to exercise restraint and allow the legal process the MPP intends to take to go through. Jacob Echibilamte actually told me that he would expect the police to be firm in arresting people regardless of their political colors. That way, they'll be able to bring some sanity into the country. Dr. Kwabena on his part said he was actually moving through the NDC community to speak to their people who are planning a reprisal attack on people perceived to be, harming members of the NDC. So the decision taken is that they will go home, talk to their supporters, get them off the streets, and allow the police to do their work.
Who were the security chiefs in this meeting?
Well, I met the CDS, the Chief of Defense Staff, as well as the IGP. And then apart from the NDC and the MPP, no other political party was there. But the meeting was chaired by the coordinator of the National Security Council.
Thank you very much, Elton John Brobe. Now, talking about talking to supporters to remain calm, we understand the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, they've issued a statement. Thankfully, I'm joined on the line right now by the Deputy General Secretary of the party, George Lawson. Thank you, sir, for your time here on Top Story. What's the content of this particular statement, sir?
Thank you very much. The content is to urge our supporters to remain calm. They should emulate the leader of the party, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who is a peace-loving person and a God-fearing person, a very affable person, somebody who does not incite like those desperate people who incite. He's a leader who is a shining example on the continent. Again, we're urging them not to play into the hands of those desperate warmongers, so that they want to make this country ungovernable, and we don't want that. So they should remain calm and then under any provocation. We know it's very hard. People have been attacked. Presently, this afternoon, we're going to bury one of our supporters who was stabbed yesterday.
Where?
But the police, at Awudome, but the police have not released the body. So wait, and if they don't release the body today, then I'm sure tomorrow morning we'll bury him.
He was stabbed yesterday?
Yeah.
You say he was stabbed at Awudome?
No. He'll be buried at Awudome.
Okay, but where was he stabbed?
The taxi driver who was stabbed at Labone.
It's a taxi driver?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, his car, we have MDPs, tickets all over his car. So based on that, 2 days ago they started attacking our people barbarically. And I'm just urging our supporters to remain calm so that the security agencies will be able to do their job. They should not make it difficult for the security agencies to do that. It's very difficult. I mean, when you are being attacked, provoked, but they should exercise a maximum restraint.
You talked about this dead supporter of yours. The police have not released the body yet. I understand maybe there's an autopsy going on.
Yes. There's an autopsy going on. So tomorrow, hopefully, I'm sure the body will be released. He's a Muslim. Muslims bury their dead bodies very quickly or early. So we're waiting for the autopsy report, and then tomorrow, hopefully, we'll bury him at Awudome.
I see. Are you aware of today's incident when some supporters of the party gathered at the party headquarters today with machetes and clubs? The police had to intervene to stop it.
I then just left the office because I heard of an incident in Accra Central. So I was heading towards Accra Central to resolve that problem, to get our supporters back home. And when somebody told me our headquarters has been besieged by Irish supporters, so I was not there to witness it in itself. But then I was heading towards Accra Central to calm our supporters down to go home and keep calm.
Have you managed to speak to any of them since?
I've spoken to one or two leading members in Accra Central, and I asked them to let our supporters return back, and they complied. Okay,
yeah, but basically going forward, that's a watchword, getting supporters to calm down, not to retaliate, etc. Yes. How intensive is that going to be going forward? Is it going to be across the country with a system that will allow everybody else to hear about what the party is saying to them?
Yes, it's going to be across the country. And we also urge the leadership of the MPP to let their supporters stop attacking our people, our supporters, to stop attacking people wearing NDC t-shirt or in any NDC paraphernalia. So please, we're urging the leadership of the MPP because it's becoming unbecoming.
Thank you very much, sir. That's George Lawson, Deputy General Secretary of the NDC. Quickly, let's speak to the DSP Freeman Tete, who is the Greater Accra Police PRO. You indicated earlier, and we just got a confirmation of this, that the National Security indeed had just met the parties, the two main parties, asking them to talk to their leaders, talk to their followers, for them to calm down. Dialogue is a watchword here. The question is, how involved is the police in meeting the leadership and meeting these key individuals who might be leading some of these groups to get them to dialogue, sit down, talk, and stop the back and forth attacks and disturbances in the capital?
Hello, Ivan. Good evening.
Good evening.
I speak for the police in Accra, and I can limit myself to the effort the Accra Regional Police Command is making to engage leadership at their level to understand the need for peaceful coexistence and also to maintain sanity in terms of security in Accra. So that is what the Deputy Accra Regional Police Commander did this afternoon when he visited the NDC headquarters in response to a plan, in response to a reprisal that was being contemplated by a group of Irish NDC youth. So fortunately, the divisional commander was also there, so the two of them were able to calm these Irish supporters down, and they've assured them of adequate police protection in Accra, because we actually increased police visibility in the metropolis. So everywhere you go, there are policemen and women. And this is a full assurance to ordinary Ghanaians that the cases of violence are isolated cases, and everything is being put in place to nip them in the bud. And the regional command is also assuring the people of Accra that police will not spare anybody in the city who want to take the law into his or her own. So we are going to get off on whoever plans taking the security of this city for granted.
Thank you very much. DSP Freeman Tete is the Greater Accra Police PRO. Join us with his own insight that he'll be trying to make with the leaders as well, trying to get this under control. You've heard about the national security meeting that indeed went underway today with the two main parties, and that just also wrapped up. And the main theme going forward is for the parties to talk to the supporters to calm down. We will tell you more about that. We'll bring you exclusive interviews with the key individuals involved in that meeting with the national security and the national security officials themselves on Newsnight. You want to join us then? This is Top Story. My name is Evans Mensah. It's brought to you by Bond Financial Services, the Success Our Passion, Belacra Mineral Water, as well as myjoyonline.com. Starting right now on the Joy News channel is Reporters Angle.